Hey guys, welcome back. I told you a couple weeks ago when I did the first uncommon praise for Harbor Freight video on my Homelite trimmer here that I'd get back to it and see if I couldn't figure out what's happening. I don't know if you saw it. If you did, great. That helps explain what exactly I'm going to do here. I'm not going to do a complete teardown, but I'm going to do a rough diagnosis. Now first, here's any kind of engine troubleshooting. First of all, charge the cylinder. If it pops, you know you got a couple things going. You got spark for sure, you got compression for sure, and you might not be getting fuel because you bypassed the fuel system by charging the cylinder with some kind of a fuel. Well, I did that, and I did test for spark, and I couldn't even get a pop out of this thing. So I'm starting to think maybe one of the rings got stuck in the ringland over the course of the winter or something, but this thing ran this year, and my kid, you know, was, I don't know, maybe he put straight gas in it without me knowing and straight gassed it. So I'll go through the diagnosis on the thing. I'm hoping it'll fire though. I gotta find a plug for it. I don't know where I put it, but in the meantime, here's an old trick that I ran into for stuck rings. If it was running real rich for years and years, which it was, if it was running with too much oil in it too for years and years, which it probably was, you can kind of fine top dead center with the piston. You can actually see it in there. That's pretty close to it, so that should be covering both the intake and the exhaust ports. And then just fill the cylinder up with some kind of a carbon cutting solvent, say PB Blaster, say carburetor cleaner, say brake clean, say Gypsy Tears. I'm going to use whatever I got. Let's see, I got wood glue, Flex Seal, that rubber shit in a can. I got Foster's Lager. Fucking Home Shop. Have I ever mentioned I hate working at the Home Shop? I was looking in the cabinet for brake fluid and I found this huge can carbon choke cleaner. I don't even know. Oh, it says parts cleaner too. So this is going to be the shit I use today. And I'm going to let this sit there for about, I don't know, 6 or 8 beers. And oh, the fucking phone's always ringing when I'm trying to tape. Safety glasses. It's a hard trigger pull. Whoa, okay. Trying to be ginger here. Fill her up. Now, if it leaks down in, you know you don't have the ports closed. Let's see. Alright, she's holding liquid. Let's come back after a 6-pack and see what happens. Let's see what the fuck this is. Alright, and we're back. Drank myself out of Foster, so now we're on to the Polish. You know, trying to represent, keep my global appeal up. Now, you got this cylinder full of gas or any kind of fuel, like carburetor cleaner is what I got in there. You got to remember when you pull the rope, it's going to shoot out of there like Peter North is in the house, if you know what I'm saying. So this thing's going to arc maybe and make a spark somewhere, and you got now a flamethrower. So you got to be careful. Dump that shit out first. Ground this somewhere if you're going to pull this thing in order to, you know, evacuate the cylinder. I wouldn't bother. Use compressed air, because I've actually done that once or twice. Had some brake clean in the cylinder to clean it out. Pulled the rope. Spark arced. Started the thing on fire. You look like an asshole. And like I said, I'm at the Home Shop, so last thing I want to do is burn my own fucking house down. So So we'll see if I can't tip her like so. I better safety first. Eyes, ears, move your beers. Oh yeah, there you go. She didn't hold much. Now we'll see if that did any good, if I could find that goddamn spark plug. Haha, found it. Now this one is the original plug. Yeah, I should replace it. It's only been, I don't know, 27 years. I'm going to recharge the cylinder and stick this in there because it sparks. I know you got to change the plug. It might not be sparking in the cylinder or whatever, but I'm fairly certain that's not what's going on here. Put my awesome snap-on 5/8 wrench on her. Click, click. Put this on there. And the ignition's always on unless you push the button to make it go off, which is by the carburetor. So I'm just going to give it a pop, see what happens. Choke is open. Fucking A. Okay, next, let's see what the compression is with the old thumb test. Compression testers at the shop. Yeah, we'll use this finger. Pops it right off, plenty of compression. Okay, so port timing. Perhaps the cylinder jug has warped to the point now where the timing is off and it won't pop. I'm not much of a two-cycle guy. I said that before. I stopped working on them about 10 years ago when everything turned to junk. Had real tools to work on in the shop. Not that I don't know what they are. I've been working on them since the early 90s. I just can't stand pulling on the fucking things. We had plenty of stuff coming in the shop that was high dollar, commercial equipment. And this little shit, I just said, nah, take it somewhere else. So, fuck, I might have to take this thing apart. Well, that'll be for another video, I guess. That's the diagnosis of it, or how to start troubleshooting it. There is no diagnosis, obviously, because I can't tell you what's wrong with it. It's got spark, it's got compression, it's got fuel. It don't run. Why? Tell me in the comments. I want to bring some life back into this thing for whatever fucked up nostalgic reason. Thanks, guys. It's been so long since I've been working on these pieces of shit, it just occurred to me that sometimes the exhaust port gets so clogged up with carbon that the fucking thing can't breathe. Next stop, take the muffler off and let's see what the exhaust port looks like. Oh, you fucker. This is why I can't stand these fucking things. Shit. What the fuck? Half crank. Little piece of plastic covering the... Jesus Christ. And I'm really not into these things at all. I shouldn't be surprised, right? You know, I'm at the point now where I'm looking at this thing and going, why am I even fucking bothering? What a piece of shit. Fucking half cranks. It's like one screw holds. No, there's two. Alright. This is going to be a problem. Probably going to need a 6.5/16 socket or 8mm. Seems to be exactly the same size. Don't know that for a fact, but in my practice, it's one of the few fasteners that seems to be so close, it's exact. Yeah, like 40 below in Celsius, and 40 below in Fahrenheit is the same temperature. Did you know that? See, you're learning stuff. How's that work? I don't fucking know. It just does. Oh, I'm gonna need a fucking socket for this. It's driving me fucking up the wall. Ugh! Okie dokes. Got this awesome home houseware IKEA tool I just found in a fucking desk drawer somewhere. Let's see here. Okay, she's coming off. She might be going into her new home. Oh, she's fucking heavy. Oh, I bet you that fucking screen in there is fucking caked. Nope. I mean, you could probably get a hit off of it, but it ain't that bad. It's just heavy because it's fucking heavy. It's got some shit in there, but it ain't bad. Port. Port's clean. And the piston. One ring. Got one fucking ring? No way. Holy shit. It's got one fucking ring. And it's stuck in there tighter than a fucking Steely Dan box set. Piston's not too scored, but for being as old as it is, and that ring is not projected outward, the compression is too low for this thing to start. The thumb test, middle finger test failed me. In the garbage she goes. Thanks for watching.